Hey guys, it is JStars 360 here, recording from my least favorite recording location to give you guys my review of Divergent. The movie's coming out in, what is it, like a week or something? Let me check my calendar. But regardless, yeah, it is coming out next week. So I figured I'm gonna do a My Thoughts Going to View, but I figured since I've read the book, well, the first one in the series anyway, I figured I might as well just give you my thoughts on it. Keep in mind, I'm gonna try and keep spoilers light, but I'm probably gonna spoil something here and there, so if you don't want Divergent spoiled, don't watch this video. That being said, here we go with my review of the book Divergent. Quick synopsis in case you ever forgot or don't care about spoilers. It's set in a world where when you reach a certain age, you take this take this test to determine which of the various factions in this world you most likely like. You're born into a certain faction, but you can switch when you reach a certain age. And the test, it doesn't say which faction you will join, it just says which one you probably be the best in. There's, let's see, 5 factions. Abnegation, which is like selflessness. Erudite, which is intelligence. Dauntless, which is bravery. Amity, which is peace and harmony. And Candor, which is honesty. Or you can be factionless, but you don't want to be factionless. And the book focuses on this girl named Beatrice, who books opens up, she's taken her test, and her results are that she is divergent. She has no clue what this means. All she's told by a results person is that she can't tell anyone that her results are divergent. So she chooses Dauntless, and from there we spend a lot of time in training while Beatrice figures something out. And my thoughts on the book, it's alright. Again, there's some really good stuff in this book, but there's also some problems. It's one of those books where I think I like the idea way more than the actual characters and story. Like, I love this world. I love the idea of a world where, that's focused on isolating certain aspects of your personality. Because you could make the argument that all these aspects are very important. It's important to be smart. It's important to be selfless. It's important to be fearless, peaceful, and honest. All these are really important. So the concept of just screwing them all and just focusing on one is really interesting. Again, each one has pros and cons. Like abnegation, everyone's selfless, but at the same time, while being selfless is good, you never get any freedom. You never get to focus on what you want to do. Or amity, you're at peace, you're at harmony, but at the same time, you suck at fighting. Again, and it's really interesting. But unfortunately, we spend a lot of time with Dauntless, and I really like that. But at the same time, and again, I love Dauntless, I love the test, I love seeing what it's like to be Dauntless and the pros and cons of that faction. But at the same time, I do kind of wish we got to learn more about how the other factions worked. I mean, I know she chose Dauntless, but I feel like you could have found some way to work it in. I mean, we get a bit of Erudite, a bit of Abnegation, and we learn a bit about the other factions, but not really. I mean, maybe we learn more in the other books, but I really would like to know what's the deal with these other factions, because we spend way too much time in Dauntless, way too much time on this training and all this stuff, when it's like, come on, let's go! And there's a plot, but it gets dumped on you in the last couple chapters, and I don't know. It's kind of like Dog with Legend of Korra, and I was like, come on, let's just go already! But yeah. So, one other thing I really enjoyed about Divergent is Fu. I thought he was a really interesting character. I really liked his story and everything. I liked his relationship with Beatrice until it became romantically involved. I mean, at some point, it just literally turned to them kissing, like, every time they met each other. And I was like, really? You were doing such a good job establishing a really interesting relationship between these characters, and then you just... But no, romance. But yeah. Trying to think what else. I just lost my train of thought. But oh yeah, also plus you have 3 books. You could gradually have them fall in love. Like, okay, perfect example. Although it might seem a stretch. Kung Fu Panda, first movie. First movie, Poe's joining the Furious Five. Second movie, him and Tigress start to develop a relationship. And then third, they don't get together, but they start to develop a relationship. And it looks like third movie, they may or may not get together, although DreamWorks wants to make 6 Kung Fu Panda movies. But yeah, point is, they're taking their time with their relationship. This movie, it's like, screw it, let's have them get together in one book. I'm like, really? And you have this other guy that kind of like Beatrice. It's like, ooh, this could be interesting. We have a love triangle, but still, I mean, who'd you end up with? And nope, they kill him off, and then it's just Beatrice and 4. I mean, at least with Hunger Games, I mean, with those relationships, it's like, first off, Katniss's relationships with Gale and Peeta, it wasn't just every time they were interacting. Gale was, with Gale, they were Katniss, they were friends. They had respect for each other. They'd occasionally focus on romance, but not too much. Peeta was a bit more conflicted. Not conflicted. With Peeta, Katniss was also, again, there was this, it wasn't always romance. It was more conflicted. And with Gale and Peeta, you weren't really sure who Katniss was going to end up with. There was pros and cons to each one. Now, granted, that's not what I love. Romance is not why I loved Hunger Games, but they handled it all okay. Here it's like, romance! Let's just have them make out all the time. It's like, really? So yeah. That. Also, another issue I have is I feel like this book is a little too similar to Harry Potter and the Hunger Games. It's in a school. You have a ceremony at the beginning determining the course of events in the book. You have like a sorting ceremony, sort of with the test. And they even do and again, Divergent manages to keep its own identity, but at the same time, I'm a little too reminded of these books. I feel like something like Percy Jackson was much better at, while it was similar to Harry Potter, it really had its own identity. This, it kind of does, but I kind of associate it with Hunger Games and Harry Potter. And it also doesn't help that it has the bully cliche, if you don't know what I mean. It's like the kid's in school and there's that one person who's the bully who picks on him, and just like Harry Potter, the bully has his 2 sidekicks. Also, I don't like the ending so much. I don't really feel like... I mean, there is kind of a conflict with the world being screwed, but at the same time, it's like, I don't really care. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Again, I don't hate the book. I'm cool with it. Again, love the concepts in this book. Everything else is just sort of eh. Oh yeah, and I like 4 up to a certain point. But yeah. But again, it's not a bad book. I mean, again, nothing amazing. Nothing I'm like, you need to read this right now. But again, read it if you want. I haven't read the sequels. Maybe they're better. Maybe they're worse. I don't know. I have to check them out. And yeah. So, yeah. And so yeah, so stay tuned. Within a week, I'm going to do my thoughts going into Divergent. And before I go, there probably won't be any Clone Wars vlogs this week. I'm pretty busy with other stuff. So plus I want to do an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vlog tomorrow. So yeah. So again, sorry guys. I really want to do them, but life. But yeah. So Divergent. Have you guys read the book? Do you like it? Have you read the series? Do you like that? Also the movie, are you pumped for it? Are you not looking forward to it? Let me know. And as always, what I always say, like, dislike, subscribe, comment, yada yada yada. This is JStars360, signing out.